Hi everyone, this is Krista and Dorado back again. This is my second video attempt for today. My first one didn't turn out because I got too close to the camera. Dorado is thoroughly bored and he wouldn't let me catch him to make the video, and he decided he was going to roll in a pile of poop. But we're still here and we wanted to still do a video. So that's why we're here. I recently released a video on a working equitation clinic I attended with a well-known local FEI rider and trainer and working equitation expert Carlos Cardiero. We had a wonderful time, and in that video I included what I thought was all the footage from the clinic. I actually lied because I forgot to include a couple of clips of a very important obstacle, the jump. So I decided to make this video as an addendum to my original working equitation video that features this object. Now, jumping is not new to me. I used to do it a long time ago as a junior rider, and I'm talking a very long time ago, like several lifetimes ago, in the late 70s and early 80s. I did everything as a kid, from Western events to gymkhana to competitive trail, and of course my favorite, competing and hunter jumper events. I didn't do dressage because at that time in my teenage brain I equated dressage and taking dressage tests with school and midterm exams, and that did not seem like a lot of fun for me at the time. This photo is of me and my faithful mount Beau, my very first horse, who I adored, and it was capable of doing everything and was extremely tolerant of all my teenage antics, like tying his feet together to make him step up really high, or feeding him beer and Oreo double stuffed cookies, anything that my sordid teenage mind could dream up. The photo was taken in 1981 at the Junior Grand Nationals at the San Francisco Cow Palace. Please ignore the form. George Morris would have a field day with this form. And also, if you look at my head, you will notice my helmet does not have a chin strap. And recently I looked at that helmet again. I still have it. I haven't thrown it away. But according to today's standards, it would definitely not protect you in a fall. It does not have the big styrofoam inside layer, and in those days we did not even care. Most of the time I didn't wear a helmet, and when I did, it was not very effective. But as you can see in this photo, my stirrups are way too long, which is a residual effect of the trail riding I did at the time. I was really not that concerned with my riding form, even at a big event like the Junior Grand Nationals. Dressage has made me way more obsessive about my riding form. My days of being a fly-by-the-night, teenage, free-spirited rider that feeds her horses beer and double-stuffed Oreo cookies are gone. And my days of being an overly cautious 57-year-old dressage diva will probably be with me for a long time. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is questionable. I thought it might be fun to dust off the old brain cells and reach way back to my youth when I was a jumper rider and do a self-critique of my and Dorado's jumping skills during the working equitation clinic. So with that, we'll give a brief overview of the jump obstacle and we'll dive right into the footage.
Here's the description of the execution and evaluation for the jump obstacle according to the rules of Working Equitation United. Execution. The horse should approach and jump over the obstacle cleanly, naturally, and with assurance. The obstacle may be required in both directions, providing there is at least one obstacle in between the first and the second execution. Assessment criteria for ease of handling. The judge will evaluate the manner in which the horse approaches and leaves the obstacle, the horse's calmness, straightness, and tempo throughout the obstacle, the bascule over the jump, and the pair's confidence and style. Knocking over any part of the obstacle will result in a negative score. This description is part of an 18-page document that can be obtained from the Working Equitation United website. Appendix B contains information on all obstacles that can be used in the ease of handling portion of the competition. Here's my 17-hand horse jumping over an 18-inch obstacle. Let's see how we can apply the assessment criteria to the execution of this obstacle. Again, the assessment criteria. The judge will evaluate the manner in which the horse approaches and leaves the obstacle, the horse's calmness, straightness, and tempo throughout the obstacle, the bascule over the jump, and the pair's confidence and style. Knocking over any part of the obstacle will result in a negative score. I thought the easiest way to evaluate our performance would be to break it down frame by frame in my video editing software. Now, naturally, a judge will not have this ability, but this is YouTube, so anything goes. As I'm approaching the jump, I'm definitely not looking in the line of travel. I am embracing my critical writing fault of looking down, placing my horse on the forehand, which hampers his ability to lift his front legs up over the jump. When I was jumping this, I remember feeling my horse seemed a bit surprised and unprepared, but as I watched the video, I noticed he did not seem to hesitate over the jump. He did, however, step too close to the jump before takeoff. This might have been a result of being unbalanced due to both my position and his lack of experience. In evaluating the horse's calmness, straightness, and tempo throughout the obstacle, I would say it's okay, but I think the tempo and straightness would have been improved had I been looking up in the direction I was going instead of down at the jump. The bascule over the jump was definitely affected by the late takeoff, and the pair's confidence and style dicey. Knocking over any part of the obstacle will result in a negative score. I have never participated in a working equitation competition. I would not even begin to know how this obstacle would be judged, but obviously I would have obtained a negative score. If you have any clue of how the execution of this obstacle would be judged in competition, feel free to drop me a comment below. I would be greatly appreciative. So here's my second attempt. Greatly improved. Well, we did not knock the jump down this time, so yay for us. But again, let's do an evaluation and see how this jump's execution measures up against the working equitation jump obstacle objectives. This time, as I approach the jump, I am now looking in the direction I'm going. My horse is in a better balance during takeoff. Unfortunately, right before the takeoff, I avert my eyes down again, but Dorado was still able to keep in reasonably good balance and take off at an appropriate distance to clear the jump. However, the last-minute eye aversion may have affected our straightness after the obstacle as he drifted to the right after the jump. His calmness and tempo were good through the obstacle, and the straightness suffered a bit. Still, our confidence and style was vastly improved, and the bascule was nice, so I'm pretty happy with the second jump.
Well, that wraps up our series on our working equitation clinic. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. Dorado and I really enjoy making these videos for your viewing entertainment. Well, at least I do. Dorado just gets kind of bored. If you're new to this channel, I post about whatever I want, whenever I want, but I usually launch a video every couple of weeks or so, and I mostly focus on horses and personal finance for horse owners and equestrians. And I cover a variety of topics, including trainer and book shout-outs and reviews, and how I ride and train my 4 very lovely but sometimes problematic horses, and how I try to save money and time while managing 4 very time-consuming and expensive horses. And if that's of interest to you, feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified every time I post a new video. So that's it for today. Think outside the dressage court. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.